everybody. Welcome to the show. Nobody likes onions. My name is Patrick. You're joining us in a coronavirus lockdown situation. It is May. It is not getting any better. You cannot go outside. Things are not improving. Your parents are probably going to catch the virus and die. Everyone you know is out of work. You'll never earn another dollar in your lifetime. Everyone, including your pets, is probably going to get sick. There are new mutations of the virus, which can even infect your goldfish. And all I have to say is, party on, Wayne. Hola, hallelujah, everybody. Welcome to the show. Patrick here. It is coronavirus time. Happy May. We hope you've survived this long. If you made it through this part, you're probably going to be okay. You're going to make it out. Just kidding. The virus is just as dangerous as it was a long time ago. And you're probably just as susceptible and will die just as likely as before. Don't go outside. Don't believe what your government tells you. These are all lies. You can't get away from it. A couple of things. NLO Radio is open again. Go to the website, nobodylikesonions.com. NLO Radio, 24-hour shows streaming on that. Also working on the iOS app again. Sorry about the downtime. That's just the way shit goes. What else is going on? Overdose. Join the Overdose. $10 a month. Few people joining this week. Thank you very much. It's $10 a month. We haven't raised prices, and I'm still doing fine. But your $10 goes to help contribute around here. It's already over 100 degrees here in Las Vegas, so the air conditioning is running nonstop. And I just had to buy a new smart thermostat. I don't want to... Look, I hate doing this in the middle of a virus. People get very upset. They're like, Patrick, you're bragging about getting a new Ecobee thermostat, smart thermostat, and other people don't even have a way to monitor their income. And you're just out there spending willy-nilly. Yes, but I have saved up. I planned for this. I don't need to be lumped in with you people who haven't saved a penny. Remember the tortoise and the hare? I put away for a rainy day. I don't need to ever work again, okay? I bought stock in Apple back in 1987, okay? And it's worth quite a bit, and I can live on that. Also, I'm selling homemade jellies and jams, just curbside, out by my road. If you're interested, hit me up. Special guest in the studio for you today. Friend of mine. I met this guy. You're going to love him. I met this guy all the way back in Edinburgh, 2019. I stayed with a bunch of Irish guys, shared a house in Edinburgh for the month of August last year. They have friends. I met those friends. One of them was an Irish comedian, a very funny guy. We ended up having several late nights fueled by alcohol and illegal substances. Irish comedian, currently living in London, hopefully migrating to Los Angeles very soon. Put your hands together, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. Conor Drum. Conor. Hold on. I fucked this up. Conor, what is up? How you doing, buddy?
How are you, Pat? How's life?
Well, I mean, I think this is the one time on Earth where everybody, like, if you ask anybody how things are doing, like, you know exactly how they're doing. If you could talk to an Indian boy you'd never met before in your life, he'd be like, this is how it's going. Not great.
It's fine. I mean, it's not exactly difficult. I've been training for this my entire life, like sitting on my ass watching TV and playing.
I mean, that's the joke, but people do. You will start to go crazy if you're like a normal person. Let me tell you something, and I give people a lot of shit because I flex with the mental health thing both ways. If you're having a hard time with this, where you're like, I'm starting to have mental health issues and I need to talk to somebody because staying home is fucking up my life and this is crazy and I can't take it anymore. I need you to die immediately. Like, because you're a soft baby. But also on the other side, if you're like too comfortable, if you're just like, fuck yeah, this is the best, I never need to go outside or talk to anyone again, you're a psychopath who has no life. I need you to be in a sweet spot right in the middle is where I need you to be.
I think, I'm with you because I've seen several people I don't know about you, but I've seen several people on social media posting things about how difficult this is for them, and it's just like it really weeds out the complete narcissists. Like we're in a business full of narcissists, but my God, the amount of people that are coming online saying how difficult of a time they're having it, and it's just
It's
like, oh yeah, because this is just happening to you. It's just you guys. It's not me or anyone else.
And by the way, it's all like middle class or upper middle class people who can't take it anymore. These are people with plenty of money for food to be delivered. They have every subscription service in the world for entertainment, and they're just like, I can't do this. Like, what? You can't be spoon fed and entertained constantly?
Can you imagine if this had happened 15 years ago? Like, first of all, if you had shares in Blockbuster Video, you'd be
oh my God, Redbox, all those, yeah.
Like you'd go, that would be an essential service. Like Blockbuster would be. I don't know how much it costs in the States. Well, like $5 to
No, I think there'd be a run. There'd be a run on it, and you would go. Blockbuster would be like trying to get toilet paper off the shelves. Like you'd go there and you'd be like, "Do you have any movies? True. Do you have any movies?" And they'll just be like, "Just The Princess Bride, 17 copies of it." Which is fine. That's not a bad movie.
Have you got Mac? Have you got that copy of Mac and Me back? Please, I need it. Or
right,
you know,
right, yeah. It's gonna be your standards will drop real quickly when it's just anything I haven't seen before. Like Dr. Dolittle, great.
But even in times of pre-pandemic, in the before times, when there was video rental, I would still forget and neglect to drop back the videos on time, even though it was literally a 5-minute walk from my house. So you can imagine under this circumstance how difficult it would be. Yeah.
Oh, people would just be keeping them. Yeah.
Of course, but like racking up like mortgage rates of fees on of late fees. I'll be honest with you though, I think it was a better time with videos and stuff because at least you would watch the whole thing through because you paid actual money for it.
Yeah.
But now, like if you what's it like 5, 6, 7, or 8 quid to get Netflix for the whole month? I watch things for about 2 minutes and I go, no, it's not for me.
Right.
Like, whereas if I had no choice, I'd watch the whole thing through and go, that was pretty good.
I think also like I'm not sure exactly how the Netflix subscription model works, but I think like whatever it is, like you pay $10 a month or whatever it is, and whatever you watch, like that thing, that production company, that entertainment unit, whoever created that gets some of your subscription money because you watched it for that month. Yeah, I think so. Like if you were to stream nothing but The Office all month long, I think The Office would get like 100% of the distributable money from your account.
I thought they just did a deal where it's like, here's $1 million and we get to use your.
I don't know. I'm not sure. I thought it was like Spotify where you get paid based on plays.
Oh yeah. Okay. Well, maybe I don't know. So sorry. What time is it over there, by the way?
It is 2:21 p.m. What time is it there?
It's 10:22 p.m. and I'm having a beer just in case anyone thinks I'm an alcoholic. I might be, but this is fine.
I'm gonna because I'm talking to an Irishman and it feels weird to not drink. I'm gonna pour myself a whiskey, because I just feel like
I wouldn't be drinking a whiskey at 2 p.m.
Why not?
Have you been drinking much over this period of time?
No. Since I was in Australia, and I was supposed to be doing shows there, and then I was supposed to go to Singapore and do shows with Aiden in the Mary Lion, and everything fucking broke loose. So I came home March 21st from Australia, which was a great move because it's much more contained here. I'm much safer here than Australia.
What, in Las Vegas in a big fucking desert?
Yeah, I'm kidding. We're clearly dying left and right everywhere we go. Cheers.
Cheers. Good to see you. Sorry that Edinburgh's not happening this year.
And I will say this: I tried to buy Connor. Connor and I drank like fish when we were in Edinburgh. But every time I would try to get one up on you by buying you a beer, I'd be ready to leave, and I'd turn around and you had tried to pay me back with another beer. You can't get one up on you.
No, I find I get very uncomfortable if somebody buys me a drink. I have to be able to immediately, I won't accept it unless I know I can give you one back. It's a weird. It's whereas here in England, because I'm in London right now, and The Brits are a little bit different about it. They'll happily accept a free drink off someone and just
No,
walk away.
they love doing that move where they come in and like takes 4 rounds of other people buying drinks, then they're
Yeah,
like, I gotta go. Like,
yeah. Oh, it's my daughter's christening in the morning. It's just like grabbing him by the neck as he's leaving. Yeah, well, you're gonna have to buy us a round before you go, pal.
right. I also
You know.
love like
Um,
I love that it's your daughter's christening, so you can only have 13 tonight. Like, what do you
yeah.
mean?
But it's always like, oh, guys, I've got to go. My mother's sick. It's like, okay, well, just leave your wallet here and we'll drop it back to you tomorrow. You know,
Right.
I don't accept the drink if you're not planning to buy one back for the person, unless like you have been with me in Edinburgh very insistent, and you sort of do stuff like I remember at one point you bought me a drink and then just left.
Yeah.
You just because it was,
That's my move. It's my
you're like,
power move. I make you
yeah,
feel like a
yeah,
piece of shit all night long.
yeah. Trying
It's
to
like when you,
pay this guy back.
well, also like when you're at a festival and you know, like, hey, I'm gonna see you tomorrow night at this bar at the same time, drinking our
Yeah.
problems away. You had an
Well,
early
to be honest
show.
with
I don't
you,
know how you were out drinking every night till 3, because
I wasn't every night.
I woke up hungover to come to your show one day, and it was rough getting there.
I remember that, and I remember being delighted that another comedian came to see my show at what was it, 3 in the afternoon, or maybe it was 2. I can't remember,
It felt like
but
11 a.m.
it was pretty early. But I wasn't this year. Like I've done 7 full runs at the Fringe, and last year, although obviously you cane it quite a bit, particularly towards the last week. But last year was kind of I took it easier than normal. And this year I wasn't planning to go anyway, and it's been cancelled. So people don't need to know that. I'm
Yeah,
just going
did
to say
you had you registered a show to go to the Fringe this year?
I'd applied, and I didn't quite get what I wanted in terms of the rooms, and I didn't really have. I kind of, I still feel tired from last year's Edinburgh. Like it was, it was a lot. It
How
was a lot of
old are
work.
you?
Pardon me.
How old are you?
I'm 38.
I'm 40. Like, grow
Yeah.
up.
No, but I just mean like just fucking not
It's just
tired physically,
enough
just tired. No, not tired physically, tired of it.
of
Just want to give it a
comedy
break for
or
no, not
festivals.
of comedy, just of the Edinburgh Fringe Festival. Just like maybe a break isn't a bad thing.
Do you
Like I'm not gonna do. I wasn't offered the rooms I wanted, and usually I would, but there's like complications there, so I just wasn't gonna. I wasn't. I didn't have any particularly good ideas for a show this year, or at least anything. I mean, you know yourself when you put in your application, you're not even certain what your show is going to be.
right?
Um, and when I put in my application, I wasn't, like I said, offered what I wanted in terms of the room or the time. And if I really wanted to do it, I would have had to do the paid Fringe, pay over some money, and I wasn't passionate about it enough this year to do it. So I just figured maybe it's not a bad idea to take some time off
I think
the Edinburgh Fringe. Maybe.
I well, I guess I can talk about this now because it's not going to happen. But yeah, I was gonna do my Bumble Me Tenders dating show with the paid Fringe this year.
Yeah.
And I was gonna outlay thousands and thousands and thousands of pounds to do it.
Thank God you didn't.
Yeah, well, I was right on the edge, and I did register. Everything's registered, so that all got paid for. But I can get that back or roll it over. But
I'd take it back if I were you.
either way, I think next year, like you said, you wanted to take a break. Won't you want to go back next year?
I definitely want to go
No,
back. I just,
but like I think you'll want to do it next year, won't you? Like,
I think I probably will, but I also think that I think this COVID thing is going to impact the Fringe, and the way business is done for a while. So even next year, I think might be still a bit odd. I don't think the appetite to go and sit in a dank, sweaty basement in close proximity to 100 other people at 2 in the afternoon
yeah, I mean,
is going to be
we're
particularly
talking
appealing to people.
15 months away. I mean, hopefully by then.
Well, hopefully by then people will. I know I was thinking about this though, because like punters over here, people who actually spend money on comedy, generally, well, obviously with your Tinder show and stuff, it wasn't, but but when I was running a compilation show, the audience are generally middle aged, and they're the exact people who are fucking dying from this thing.
Yeah.
So
Do you think? Well, I think next year will be a good opportunity because I think I think the number of shows will drop significantly,
Yeah.
regardless of how things are going with like the spread of the virus or a vaccine or the virus. But I think people will be broke. I think,
It will be broke. I think, yeah, if we're looking at a recession, we're definitely looking at a recession. But if we're
like,
looking at a
but
depression,
I mean, you understand
yeah, people won't have.
your cost to do that fringe and my cost to do that fringe are drastically different. Like, and especially like if you have big theater companies and stuff who want to come over from Europe or like fucking Asia or Australia, like they're just not going to be able to do it. And then like I think you'll also have so many shows themed around the virus. It's going to be so hack and shit.
Yeah.
Like I wouldn't touch that concept. You know how many people are
Oh, no,
holed
it
up
would be
right
good.
now writing coronavirus shows?
No, but you and I and every other comedian will have it condensed into one line. There'll be one line you'll use to reference it because you'll just have to. You can't go
Or
out
if
there and pretending
something
it's not.
significant happened during the lockdown for you, you got engaged or something funny happened, like whatever. Or you had it and almost died. You know, if you have a story, but like there are going to be so many people just like corona comedy. Like, okay.
Yeah, but also it's like, yeah, my dad died in Corona. It's like so did loads of people's dads.
Right.
Like,
Right.
it's not a story, you know, and that will be like because in Ireland and everywhere they're not doing funerals, and funerals are a big
They're
deal.
not doing
You know,
funerals?
no, they're doing funerals, but they're not doing them the way they would normally do a funeral. Do you know what I mean? Like my dad's funeral
Just
was like a huge occasion,
yeah.
and uh, and it was important for us and for everyone. And the idea of that not happening because culturally, like it's a huge. I think it's in most people's cultures, to be fair, but I think Irish funerals. James Joyce called them fun for alls
Yeah.
because yeah, it's a big celebration and a party, like and it's sad and everything, but
I mean, name
yeah,
an occasion in Ireland that isn't an excuse to just party and drink.
um, an inquest to a
When you
death from alcoholism.
when you guys decided to cancel St. Patrick's Day celebrations, I was like, "Oh, this is real."
Oh, that's exactly when I realized things were really bad. Like,
Like,
it's just like, holy fuck, this is serious.
so what part of
Yeah,
London? What part of London are you in?
I'm in Haringey, which is in North London. The last time I saw you was in Camden, so that's about half an hour, 20 minutes from where I am
Yeah,
right
like
now.
Zone
So,
4.
I think I'm in zone. I can't remember what zone I'm in. Zone, no, I'm in zone three, which is yeah. So for those who don't know, this is, London goes in zones. Zone one is right in the middle,
Yeah,
and
it's
then the outer
like
goes
a
two, and
dartboard.
three, and four.
The
Yes,
poorer
exactly.
the
So,
poorer you are, the higher your zone number.
but no, I like my house. I'm sure I've got a couple of housemates. It's fine.
No,
One of my
you.
housemates' brother was taken to hospital with COVID yesterday, actually,
Do
but
you
he was
think you've
released
had
this
it?
morning.
Have you had any symptoms of anything?
Um, no, actually, no, nothing. I've been home since pretty much the last gig I did was on the 11th of March,
Yeah.
and that was the last time I did. That was like in Birmingham, um, and that was the last time I was really out doing anything, mixing with people, other than when I got out to the shops or whatever.
I'm really hoping for a mass quitting of comedians, like a bunch, like comics just packing it in. They're like, "Fuck it." I used to like could work part time and do comedy part time, but I can't do that anymore. I need money. Like I want
Yeah,
everybody to quit.
I don't think they're going to do that. I think that a lot of the people who were claiming that they were making a full-time salary out of this were clearly weren't.
Right. That's
And
what I love. I do love it because I do love watching the comics go like what are we supposed to do for money? It's like, I mean, there's
there's
a
fucking nurses dying, you know, people
right,
who chose to do a serious job.
right.
No one can, like, I do comedy and I have no sympathy for me or
Well,
anyone
it's
else who
just
doesn't.
like I don't know why like you doing comedy again. Like there's a lot of 30-year-olds who love telling people they're comedians, but they don't treat it like a job. No one's putting up money. No one's saving. It's like I'm not sitting here worried about money. I haven't gotten one fucking penny from the government yet. I'm supposed to be getting my Donald Trump check, which I'm really excited about
I have some of that, please, thanks.
this week. Aren't you? What's your government doing? Aren't you guys getting free money or
China.
anything?
They're not my fucking government. The British government.
Well, listen,
Uh,
Ireland likes to
they're giving people.
pretend it's separate, but we all know the truth. They let you guys just occupy the land.
Really, we have to do this.
Look, we all know Northern Ireland is in control of the whole island.
I don't. I'll have to look into that. No, I don't think they are. But what's happening in Ireland is everyone is getting who has a job. I think is getting €350 a week, just as standard. And then those who can be furloughed are being furloughed and getting paid anyway. And then over in the UK, where I am now, it's people with regular jobs are getting 80% from the government, up to £2,500 a month.
So is that how you're paying rent? You're getting euros every.
I work been working 3 days a week as a communications officer for a couple of months, and I took that job because comedy wasn't after Edinburgh last year and a few other things. I just started working a couple of days a week just to make sure, because I'm one of those guys now.
Are
because I wanted to save up.
But do you get assistance while you're working as well?
No, because I could work from home. But the plan is, with that job, I was saving up to come over to the States,
Right.
And myself and my girlfriend, who's also a comic, who we were supposed to be over there at the end of January, and her mother got sick. And luckily we didn't go, because had we gone over, I would have called in all sorts of favors. I probably would have borrowed money to do it, and we would have arrived, and then shit would have hit the fan and would have been a complete waste of everyone's time. And I would have quit the job I've been working in. I would have moved out of my place. What the fuck would I have done? I would have been just homeless.
You said something earlier about you might reopen tomorrow. What's the I don't know what the UK is doing. Like, they're reopening tomorrow, London?
No, I didn't say that. I said my friend found a pub that is serving pints through a little hatch. So he was
You drink out on the street?
Yeah, you can drink in the street here anyway, as you know.
God.
But so he was walking down because I miss the pub so much.
Yeah.
And I didn't think I would.
What are you talking? I've never seen you without beer. Including this very moment.
You told me to have a few drinks for this. You said it would be boring.
No, we rewrite. Don't fucking gaslight me.
But to be fair, when I see you, it's either at a festival or a comedy gig or a night out.
So you're saying
I
trigger your alcoholism? That's what you're fucking
enabling
saying.
me.
Yeah. I was thinking about shaving my whole beard off, getting really Corona clean.
Corona clean, is that a thing?
I don't know. Just feels like there could be mites in my hairs.
I was eating a diet of I was feeling really lethargic and stuff for a couple of weeks, and I thought it was like, oh, is this a symptom of corona? And it turns out that it's not a good idea to eat 3 slices of cheese on toast every day for lunch and have no vegetables or fruit, and that's what I did every day, and I was just exhausted constantly, and drinking on top of that. So in the past 2 weeks I've decided to get healthy, so I don't drink or do anything for 4 or 5 days a week.
So what's your daily routine look like? Like, walk me through like what you've been doing. Like, what's your day on a non-work day? Hello? Look at him. Freaking out. Look at this. He's just frozen. Oh man. It's in the UK, so the internet. Yeah. Hello? Hello? I've never seen this is Zoom, everybody. Very, very good.
Yeah, sorry, that's crashed there.
Wow, all right. Yeah, you're back.
Right. Did I just go freeze?
Yeah, you freeze for a bit. I thought it was just the UK internet.
I think it's your internet.
Don't, please. Las Vegas, America, we invented the internet.
I think the internet was Tim Berners-Lee or something.
Tim Berners-Lee invented the World Wide Web.
Oh,
nice try. The internet is part of the protocol that the World Wide Web runs on.
I see.
Okay.
What is the first man-made object to break the sound barrier?
The first man-made object to break the sound barrier.
Yeah, come on. I'll give you a hint. Jesus didn't like them.
What the fuck are you talking about? Is this a riddle?
No, this is a fact. And
The first man-made object to break the sound barrier was a nail.
no. No. Jesus didn't like them.
Well, he didn't like nails. Well, he was a carpenter, so I guess you could argue with that.
The whip. The crack of a whip is the sound of the sound barrier breaking.
How do you know that the whip is the first thing that was ever whipped?
I don't know that for a fact, but I know that it's a good question to ask.
Well, have you ever done one? One of those
Yeah,
whips? Have you
Have I ever been
yeah.
whipped?
No, have you ever?
Like,
You know, not have. I'm
I
not
ever,
into your
like-
personal life. Yeah, have you ever done that?
Yes. Yeah, I did actually. Yeah, it was great fun. It was in America.
They
It was
do
in
it.
South Carolina.
They do it in Germany at Oktoberfest in Munich. They stand on tables and they whip around. It's fucking insane. It's so unsafe.
What
And
is
they're
that?
drinking
So-
beer while they do it.
So what's happening with you then over there? Is there, because over here in Ireland anyway, there's a roadmap to open up the country again, and we found this out yesterday. And things are starting to slowly but sure. In 2 weeks' time, they're going to lift some of the restrictions, and then by July, they're lifting a lot of them, and then by August 10th, the pubs are going to reopen. That's when you know.
Yeah, okay. I've ranted about it a lot. Here's our problem. It's an election year, and everything in America is politicized. So, like, here's the deal. We never did a full country close down. We never did it. We never made a definitive decision like shut her down. So,
Yeah.
all these different pockets of the virus are doing different things in different states and then even different regions within certain states. And there's all this political pressure for like governor, like areas that haven't even peaked yet. They haven't even hit their peak. Like Georgia have reopened already. And it's like,
Yeah,
because
sure,
they're
why not?
idiots. And it's like Vegas is now taking reservations for Memorial Day weekend, which is April 20 or May 25th. But people don't get that. Like the second wave of this thing in the United States is going to be massive because we're just fucking idiots. And people and now the protesting about like you're taking our rights. You can't do this. That's like people don't understand. Like this isn't like
it's
a
'cause they don't really
negotiation.
understand
It's science. It's not a negotiation we're gonna have. Like this
Now,
thing
this might
kills you
surprise you.
or you kill it. That's it. That's it.
This might surprise you, nay, shock you, but I
Yes.
am not a doctor.
Wow.
I'm not a doctor or a virologist.
In my
But
mind.
from what I understand is the mass gathering bit is the problem. So like once you give the signal that things are back to normal and people sort of rush down to the pub or to a show or whatever, that's when problems start happening again straight away.
Right.
You can do a slow drip of opening stuff. I don't think that's too bad a problem.
I mean,
And then
it
make
is
sure that you
because
keep-
people don't understand. People don't understand the consequences of the tiniest things. People don't like. I know what you're saying, and I agree, but like the problem is people are infectious when they're not even aware that they're
Oh, no,
infectious.
I
And,
know, I
like,
get-
it's
I-
just it's as simple as picking something up in a grocery store and setting it down. Like we're just not wired. Society isn't wired to operate in the way that this thing can't spread. Like this thing's it's gonna be a second wave. Like there will be.
Yeah, and for me, I find it very difficult to see a way out of this.
No, that's the problem. Is there's not,
You know?
but people don't. Our fucking instinct is to like, well, let's hurry up and figure out how to get back to work. And it's like this thing doesn't give a fuck about you getting back to work. Like it's not like you might not be able to work for a year. That's just what it is. Like This experiment we're about to do where we reopen things. I think Germany reopened and they're already having a second wave happening. Like I don't know, man. Like you're right, there is no answer, but it's also like why does there have to be an answer? This thing is not going to allow you to be out and operate like usual. Just period. That's what it is.
Well, the solution is, of course, like a vaccine or something, but who's to say how long that will take? I think the quickest vaccine ever made was the one for the mumps, and that took 4 years to make. Now, the difference there was the entire world's sort of medical science wasn't focused on that vaccine at the same time, whereas with COVID, they are.
But there's also
So
nothing to
that's,
say that there will be a vaccine. Like, you know what I mean? The
oh, that's
AIDS
the other side
virus,
of it.
the AIDS virus doesn't have a vaccine. The common cold doesn't have a vaccine. The flu has a vaccine, but only for certain strains. Like, so it
Yeah,
depends on how this
no, but it
thing.
is possible, but it will, probably mutate. It will probably mutate and
Right.
all sorts.
That's
Look
the thing.
again, yeah, but a lot of these, apparently, a lot of these virus things, when they do mutate, they mutate themselves out of virility. Like they're not as strong when they mutate. Like they don't spread as easily. That kind of thing.
I mean, it's
Look, I don't know.
50-50, right? It will be stronger or weaker. Like, I don't know.
Well, look,
I'm hand sanitizing every 2 minutes.
you've not had any symptoms, no?
No, yeah, I was out for about 5 days, just like 4 or 5 days. Aches, um, chills, really weak, really lightheaded, couldn't move, cough, sniffles. But I'm through it. But I have to wait a while. Who knows until you get an antibody test? All I can do.
Yeah, but what's the point in doing that if you think you've already had it? What's that going to do for
Oh,
you?
I moisturize with it.
So yeah. Anyway, COVID aside,
Great.
I like your studio setup looks pretty cool. I don't have a studio. I was talking about earlier that I was thinking about doing a podcast, and I mentioned it to my girlfriend,
Yeah.
and she just said, what's your idea for your podcast?" And my idea is, "Oh, it's just me shooting the shit with friends and stuff." She's like, "Please don't. Just there's enough
Well,
podcasts unless you have a really good idea, or unless you're already established. Do we need another random dude just
there's a couple
talking to?"
problems. Yeah, I'll tell you. There's a couple problems with podcasting right now. Number one is it sucks doing this over the Zoom thing. Sometimes there's a delay. It's just not as fun. Like if you and I are drinking in the same room, there's a better dynamic than like you know what I mean. Because you
Yeah,
play
of
off
course.
people like in a different way than you do like virtually. But also, there's nothing going on in the world. There's nothing happening. There's no terrorist attacks. There's no mass shootings. Like you even when
Yeah.
you talk to your friends, like I have friends like their mother calls them on the phone every day, like, "Hey, how are you? What's new?" It's like nothing's new. We don't need to talk daily.
Yeah, my mother does that as well. She called me, like, talking to her this week. "Any news?" And then I tell her, "Not really." And then she kind of makes me feel guilty for there being no news.
Yeah, you're like straining to find things to talk about.
Yeah, it's like, I have nothing to say. It's fuck all that's happening. I have been doing some voice work for. I've been making for the BBC doing school kids lessons, and it's pretty shocking because I'm learning stuff that's aimed at like 6 and 7 year old kids about maths that I never realized, and grammar and stuff. And I'm like, wow, this is pretty
Did you say maps or maths?
maths. You guys say math,
Yeah.
and we
I
say
thought you might have
maths.
said maps, and I was like, well, you're not a
Car-
cartographer.
Cartography. Oh, that was a big
Yeah.
word. Um, but yeah, so I've been doing that, and that's my news to my mother. I was like, "So that's good. I'm making some money from that." And she's like, "How much?" I'm like, "For fuck, do we have to?"
I think
Um,
I think it'd be fun if you combined the voiceover work with the teaching math, where
that's
you're
what
teaching math in a character.
I did. There was one yesterday that I did that was for Roman, or on Friday, and it was for Roman numerals, and it was like the most complicated, like uh, uh, you know, I is one and two, or two I is two. And like anyway, V is five, but V with the I in front of it is a four, and a V with an I behind it is a six. Um, very
Yeah.
complicated.
See, you do
But
that with a voiceover. You do it with like V with an I in front of it is 4. V with an I after it is 5.
absolutely. So have you had many other Irish people on your podcast before?
No, I've had a few Irish comics, but not many. Americans, who is most of my audience is American, but we do have an international contingent. But people in America find foreign accents very hard to understand. We're not good at it. We don't get your shows. We don't get your movies.
Mm-hmm.
Even when we do, you don't make enough of it. If you ask Americans, like how many Americans have seen, and not to lump Ireland in with the UK, but you are, like it or not.
Yeah, no,
Like
fair enough.
what,
It is very small.
what's the most famous Irish TV show of all time?
That's a good question. Maybe, I don't know, Father Ted or something.
Father Ted?
Judging by your reaction, you've not
It's
heard of
just this
okay, but
hidden
famous.
camera show where a priest.
No, it's a funny show by Priest. It is funny though. Um, that would be a hit in America on any level. There's none that I can think of off the top of my head. But then we got U2. U2 are big in America.
Is you two hanging out in Ireland a lot?
Yeah, they all live there. The drummer lives down the road from where I grew up. That's what my show. Remember, you came to see my show.
Yeah.
It was about being in a band as a teenager. We dropped our demo into the drummer from U2.
Is that video now the video you played during your show that you said you can't stay in the room for? I'm sure you've watched it a million times in reality. Is that available on shareable media? Like could I pull that up right now?
No, but you can get a clip from the show. The show is all on my website.
No, I need
So,
I need the whole music video.
No, it's not. It's purposely not up.
I would
on
like to
Shareable
play
Media.
the music. I would like to be the first podcast that you give a copy to that we will play the music. You'll critique it real time live. You can't turn your eyes or blink.
Okay, well, how about I share a screen with you and I'll play some of it if I can find it on my
Yeah.
laptop.
And feel free to pause it and tell us what you were thinking and why this was happening.
Okay, well,
Just set
a
up
bit
the
of
band.
background.
Yeah, tell us a bit about the band and stuff.
So the reason Pat's talking
He
about this,
hates that during his Edinburgh show, he had to walk out of the room. He couldn't watch this, and I find that hard to believe. I'm sure it is cringe, but
so basically, I did my show in Edinburgh last year was about being in a band as a teenager. My parents were Airbnb out my old bedroom, and when they were cleaning it out, they found underneath my wardrobe a letter sent to me like 20 years ago that was still sealed by registered post, and what it was my band's demo.
can I ask you a quick
from when I
question
was
before we
like
go
15.
on? Just totally side note tangent. As I pour more
Yeah.
alcohol, when you hear that your parents are Airbnb-ing out your room as a son.
Nothing says you're not welcome here anymore. Then,
No, it's not that you're
there's-
not
there's
welcome.
A stranger,
Yeah,
there's a stranger living in your room now.
It's not that you're not welcome. It's just like every time you go back home, don't you think about the people who have been in your room and what they've done?
No, it's still. So as you know, I'm now in the Dead Dad Club, but it's still the room's just now rented out. Like, so when I go back to
Oh, it's like
to
long-term rental.
yeah, they just stopped in. My mother just stopped in the Airbnb and just rented out the room. So when I go back to Dublin, although I have 3 sisters who live in Dublin with their partners, one of them owns their own place, the others like have nice places, but are renting themselves. When I go back to Dublin, I'm the only one that actually needs a room in Dublin, and it's my room that's rented out permanently, and the other rooms are spare. It's just like basically don't come home.
Yeah.
So I have. Yeah, so anyway, that's what the show is about. So in Edinburgh, I don't know, like, do people that listen to the podcast have any idea what the Edinburgh Fringe is? Probably not.
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, I've done it for 5 years or whatever, but like, yeah. So it's like it's all every kind of show you can imagine. People know.
Okay.
But yours was
yeah.
like a theme, a stand-up comedy show, sort of revolving around a theme.
Yeah, and then the theme was I found my band's demo, and it was exploring being that age, and what it was like to be that age, being like a rocker. And if you want to watch the whole show, it's available on my website, so we'll give you a link to that.
Yeah.
But this is the music video, um,
So good.
and
It's so good.
this is a reveal in the show, by the way. So I'm kind of killing a part of the show, but there's still a
Well,
lot of other
tell
stuff.
tell us the band, what it was called, how the band came to be, and what you thought you guys' philosophy was, and
So we were basically we were rocker kids. We were into rock music in a big way, Metallica, Smashing Pumpkins, that kind of thing.
yeah.
I played guitar and I sang, but I use the term sang very loosely. I wasn't particularly talented at singing or the guitar for that matter.
How old were you?
I also wrote the lyrics, and I just, with my best friends at the age of 16, or 15, 16, we started smoking and we started a band. And for the show, I was about 15, 16. I'm
Yeah.
going to be crashed again there. Give it a second.
Yeah, yeah. I love a band at 15 or 16 too, because it's like when you're, look, if you're 8 years old in
Hello?
a band, yeah, you there? You there? Hello? This technology, I really do think this is the way of the future, guys. This is the way the world's going to work going forward. We've perfected it. Who knew? Who knew? Who could make the call that, like, 15 years after Skype was already a thing and already, like, happening, that we still wouldn't have it mastered? That we'd get this far?
Oh, I know. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, you there?
Yeah, I'm here, but I just, yeah, it suddenly just got cut off. Oh, there you are.
I
Okay,
was
you're
just saying, can you
back.
believe that this technology is like 15 to 20 years old and we still don't have it down? Like,
No, I know. It's still, yeah. But mind you, the other side of that is I'm talking to you in Vegas and now I'm here in London. It's still pretty cool. I mean, yes,
yeah, but
it
again,
could be
you could
better.
do that 15 years ago. We could download a program that did that, and it worked as well. Like,
Okay, you know, I found a copy of the show. So I will just get to the point in the show where I have the music video.
now, I was
Um,
saying before you got cut off, I was saying that I love the age group of 15 to 16 year olds starting a band, because it's, if you're 8 years old and you start a band, it's cute and adorable. But 15, 16, it's like if you're a sucky 15-year-old band, it's so cringe, because
yeah.
you should be old enough to know this isn't good, but you're also young enough to be
No,
like
you're
unencumbered by your own
by
self.
reality.
Right, right, exactly.
No, because I had the line on the show where it's like I was so certain of, it's like I don't remember a time in my life since that I was so certain of who I am and who I was, because I had just decided. I literally had decided like a
Yeah.
year or two before
Yeah,
that
yeah,
I was, like, I just decided on an identity and that was me forever. Like, I'm a fucking rocker and everyone else is a dickhead, you know.
yeah.
Um,
And look where it got you. It's
okay,
working.
hang on a second. This is, yeah, look at me now. It's going great.
But you know what? That's the great thing about this coronavirus thing, is this is the great
Shall I
equalizer.
leave?
Are you there?
Yeah.
You there? Oh shit, look at that. Feedback loop. Womp 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 womp. Look at this. I've never felt more like I was in the Matrix with this shit. Also, it's reversed, so I could like high five myself almost. What if I... There's not an easy way to do it, but it would be cool if I could play Patty Cake Baker's Man with myself. Connor's entered the waiting room. Admit. He got disconnected completely. I don't know what happened with that. Woo! What a flip. It's tripping me out. I've smoked too much weed and I can't handle it. You got to get it dialed in.
Okay, we're back.
Connor connect. Okay, perfect. Wow. That blew my mind.
I just once it crashed again, I just disconnected and reconnected.
Yeah, no worries. I was saying, isn't it great that the coronavirus is the great equalizer? That like you're a comedian and you're in the same position right now of a business owner with a really successful business. You're both just at home doing nothing, and you're helpless to control it.
Do you know? Have you done any gigs online
No,
yet?
no, I think it's too cringy to do. Like stand up. He's frozen again. This is the most unreliable system. You there?
The connection here.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
yeah. Have you done?
so
Yeah, I'm
bad.
here. Yeah, I'm here. I don't know what's going.
I haven't done any of the online stand up shows because I think they're cringy to do. Like stand up online to no audience. I can't do that.
I did a Zoom show and there was like 30 people and you could see all of them.
Yeah.
And they're all sitting at home and doing it. Okay, it's not as good as stand up, but it was okay. Like it
Can
was
you hear them
interesting.
laughing?
But it was me doing comedy. I can't hear them laughing if I'm in the room with
Right,
them.
right. Okay.
Hey. Uh, so no, I did one and it went really well. Considering it was online, like it's basically just a funny monologue you're doing to people, but that is what stand up is in a way.
Right.
Um, so anyway, this if the connection's good enough, I will.
Yeah, it looks like
I'll
it's working
share.
now.
I'll,
Will the screen
I'll
share?
share a screen. I think maybe it could be. It could. This could all be happening on my end, by the way, because I think I can hear my housemate talking to her mates on a Zoom conversation as well.
No, I'm 100%. Look, if it's American internet versus your internet, I blame the UK 100%. Do not take this out on America. We invented cables and connections and websites.
Okay, well, let me see.
I'm a
So
diehard
basically,
USA #1 guy, so don't come at me with this shit, okay? I'm a Trump supporter. I love everything he's done with
are
the
you
place. Oh wow.
okay? So can you
Okay.
see that?
I thought you hung up in anger.
No, I didn't. No, I was just swapping over to the screen share. Can you see? So this is from the show. This bit, and
Yeah.
this is when I play the music video. And yes, I do need the stage before. So can you hear it if I play it?
Yeah, I hope. Is it playing? No, I think you got to select in your screen sharing share to share audio.
Oh, hang on. Okay, let me figure this out. 1 second.
Yeah. Pause it.
Yeah,
Because
sorry.
it's gonna give away the big the big opening.
Is it sorry? Okay, so was the sound working on that there now?
You gotta play it so I can hear.
Um,
No, I don't hear it.
okay.
Hold on, let me see if it's like on my Zoom settings. Screen share, advanced sharing options.
Are you going to edit all this shit out, or do people have to deal with listening to
No,
this
they have to
shit?
deal with it. I don't edit anymore.
I'm so sorry, everyone.
No, it's part of it.
Um,
It's part of the experience. I
if
want
you
this
want
show to
to,
create a pit in your stomach, just like life around Earth is right now.
I was going to say, if you want to watch the whole show, it's available on my website for a small fee, $2.99.
Oh my God. Look at this. We're at plugs already.
Well, I don't know. I wanted to get one in before the internet connection
Can
just went on
you, I
fire.
tell you what, is there any way you could, well, if the sound won't work, can you send me the clip or a YouTube link or something of this and I can splice it in?
Splice it in.
Yeah.
What
We
is
have a
this?
team. We have a team who does that.
Splice in. Okay, let me see. But this is we are kind of giving away a big part of the
Oh,
show.
come on. You were in a shitty band. There's a video of it. We want to see.
really was. We were really, really shit.
If I sell you one copy, will that be worth it? If you get one sale that you hadn't had before, isn't that something? What are we doing?
That is something. That's really something.
Matter of fact,
That's
I'd like
gonna
to
s-
send you a compensation package for doing this show. Actually,
Um,
I'd like to fly you and 18 of your closest family friends here.
okay, I found it. Well, I want to go. Like, I'm dying to get over to the States. So, okay. Do you want me to send you this link? I can send it to you now.
Yeah,
I'm gonna
let's.
tell you. I gotta tell you when the music starts. So it's
Yeah.
So here's the link. Yeah, and then
Send it on. Oh, fuck. Send it on Facebook.
just
I can't. I don't know how to do all. Hold on. Let me see. I don't know how
There, I'll
Zoom
set it up.
works. Hold. No, I got it
You just
now.
press chat.
I got it now.
Hmm.
This is too much.
This is a shit show. I'm so sorry, ladies and
No,
gentlemen.
no, this is actually better than usual.
I'm so sorry to any ladies. Ladies, what am I
Don't
saying,
talk
ladies?
to my people
Gentlemen.
direct.
I
Don't,
assume it's
Connor.
ladies. It's
Hi,
gentlemen.
how are you? Everyone all right?
Oh no.
Hello, my name is Connor.
All
I'm
right,
from
let's
Dublin,
skip to
which is just
46,
over there in
19.
Europe, and it's fantastic.
Hold on.
It's fantastic.
No, I'm actually just gonna put this whole link up and give away the show for free.
Please don't.
I'm kidding.
46:19 is where you need to go if you want to get into the music video part.
46:19. Got it. Okay.
So yes, for those listening out there. So basically, for the show, my whole show was based around finding this demo, and then the plan was to play the demo for the show and then discuss the music, because I also wrote down the lyrics and sent them to myself as well. Now, the reason I'd sent the demo and the lyrics to myself back when I was 15, 16 was this was an old-fashioned way of copywriting your music. And the reason that we wanted, like, because you send it by registered post and you don't open it, means you've got a sealed, stamped government letter, which means that you can date where and when the music was made, if you know what I mean. So if you ever have to go to court over copyright, you can show this as evidence to say, like, if you keep it sealed, that is, you can say, look, well, we wrote this song originally. And the reason me and the guys decided to do that is because we were planning to drop the demo into Larry Mullen, the drummer from U2, into his letterbox, and we thought we better protect ourselves.
Hi, how are you?
Because if U2 hear this music, they're going to probably steal it from us. Like, that was how arrogant we were as teenagers.
Okay, here we go. Let me make this full screen. So people can see it.
Dear God, Pat, you're from playing this. Awful.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we're gonna loop it.
I forgot to see that.
And the song I'm going to show you,
This is my
is for
band.
the song that you
Hold
heard
on.
the lyrics for just a moment ago, Just
I'll-
17. Please put your hands together,
What do you want to say?
I'm just going to say that this is a song called Just 17. It was really important to me at the time. And I have to take a piss while it's playing.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, you're gonna do this again where you run off because you can't.
I can't stand it. I hope to be able to be.
Oh yeah. Good groove.
About how it all changed for her and what she has become. So I can say, hello, baby. All the guys are better.
It's a girl. She's looking in a window. It's the ghost of a party past. This is great.
And now a drink can change your life. Think about without you. But thought by her side and her child's teenage life. So I can
Connor? Hey, Connor? Are you back? Oh, he's back. He's coming back. Hold on. Are you there? I wish you would have taken your AirPods in to piss.
Why? What were you saying?
Did
you know that you can stick them to the? Have you got a MacBook?
Yes.
If you take your AirPods out, there's a magnets behind the screen up at the top.
Yeah.
Oh, you knew this already? I didn't know this until like yesterday.
Yeah, there's a lot of great tricks. Can you explain the story of this video? Because there's a girl. She's looking through the windows. It feels like she's haunted by a party gone by, days gone by.
Yeah, basically.
Yes.
The music video is. Thanks for playing this, by the way. I didn't.
No. I have a way of getting things out of people that they wouldn't normally share. That's what the mark of a good interviewer.
Well, to be fair, I did share it as part of my show, but yeah, I didn't think you'd want to.
No, I absolutely do. I want to know everything about it there is to know.
So the plan behind the music video was very simple. The song was called "Just 17," and it was about a girl who was 17. So you know.
By the way, I'm so glad you got me drunk for this.
So it was about a friend's older sister who, like, you know, the lyrics in the video or the lyrics in the song, like the chorus is something like, "How can you say you only need older guys? Are they better?" Like that's it's like, yeah, they fucking are better than you,
Right.
16-year-old creep. Have a shower, for fuck's sake. So the thinking behind the music video was it came out. What am I saying? Like, we didn't come out anywhere. We made it, and it just went into like somebody's drawer. But if you remember the Smashing Pumpkins 1979, that song and then that music video,
Yeah.
and they're playing in the suburbs in a big house party, like, we were heavily influenced by that. And our director is a guy called Eamon, and it was all his idea that we just do a house party music video, but we have a girl. It's a magical house.
Right. You're laughing hard, but like this is the kind of this is what gets pitched to for a music video and how it gets made. Like, this is a legit thing.
Oh, of course. And if you think about how stupid and ridiculous music videos actually are,
Dude,
and
can you
always were.
imagine pitching "Take on Me" by Aha? It's like, nah, but like they're drawn, but then they come to life. Yeah, like, of course.
He gets thrown into a trash bin, and then he gets in a fight with a couple of drawn bikers.
Right. Yeah,
but they look quite camp.
Right. That's gay.
Like
That's camp means gay for my American listeners.
Well, no, it doesn't quite mean gay.
It absolutely means gay.
Americans know what camp means.
No, we
they
don't.
Came up with the fucking
you
term.
think Americans know what camp means? Camp is where you go for
100%.
summer.
Yeah, I know. It's also where you go for summer here. But yeah, so what else was that? Yeah, so the music video. By the way, I'm speaking clearly enough for your audience to understand me. I assume.
Yeah, you're one of the Irish. You're one of the good ones. As Trump would say, Ireland's not one of the shithole countries.
Yeah, that was very nice of him to say. That's because he's got hotels there.
Yeah. He loves the golf.
On the golf club. So yeah, our director was a guy called Eamon, who is now working in film, and he's a producer and stuff. He's doing really well. He's really good. But he wanted to be a director when he was starting, and he wasn't particularly talented at directing, or maybe he was, but maybe not. Maybe the idea part wasn't his forte. Anyway, so the idea behind this music video was a house party.
I wholeheartedly disagree. I like, honestly, like 100%. This is a guy who has taken a concept that he believes in that sounds far-fetched. People told him, no, this will never work. You can't do it. He's pulled it off. And also, do you know how hard editing was with a fucking VHS camera? Like with tape?
Yeah, you're right, actually.
Did he do it all on the camera? Did he edit this all on the camera? Because you could do that back in the day. You could but it was a pain in the ass to do.
Well, I remember that there were certain things about it, and if you watch the video properly, you can see it's the concept of it is it's a house party, but there's several problems with the video. Like, we didn't have any budget, so there were no actors. It was just like friends and
could have fooled us.
Really? Okay, well, I don't want to break anyone's heart, but yeah,
they look like real professional party actors.
No one is even trying to look like they're having a good time. They're sitting there quietly,
and they're all like,
one guy holding a beer, and everyone
pretend we don't see the girl looking in the window right now.
Yeah, so anyway, it's a magical party, and that girl, her name is Justine, and we're still friends to this day. She was actually my first kiss when I was 13 years of age. Yeah.
Has she seen it recently? Has she seen your show?
She hasn't seen the show. She's seen the video recently, but I don't know if she realized that she's not. To be fair, the video is an integral part of the show. But no, she's not seen us in a while. She's married with the kid now and stuff. So her life has certainly moved on, whereas mine hasn't. But
again, I say that the coronavirus is the great equalizer. A CEO is on the same level now as an unemployed person. Everyone's just at home doing nothing. This is an equalizer. So you saying you've done nothing with your life? Guess what? You're in the same exact position as someone who studied and worked their way up.
I've done stuff with my life. I think you'll find playing Zelda on the Nintendo Switch is a little bit more than nothing.
I don't have a Switch, but I'm getting really jealous about people talking about this Animal Crossing.
I don't know if that game's for me. I don't know enough about it, but I know that my girlfriend bought me one for my birthday, which was an unbelievably generous present. And I think it's because she's looking after her mother, so I'm not going to see her for a few months. So
she's like, here,
something to keep me entertained.
Fuck this while I'm away.
Yeah, you got Pornhub and you got Switch. You're fine.
Is that that's the one you can connect to your TV, right? Like, I don't know anything about. I don't play video games because I think they're for losers and nerds. But that's the one you plug in to your TV, or you can use it as a handheld system.
Yes, that's the one. Yeah, and it's excellent because I always loved. You call them video games, we call them computer games, or just games. But I always had a Nintendo growing up as a kid, and I loved it. And yeah, just playing it now, it's like being that kid again in a way. It just kind of makes me. No, it's great. It's really good.
I always try. I have vivid memories of trying to teach my dad to play Super Mario Brothers on the original Nintendo. Old people, I have the same memory conjured up of my grandmother trying to teach her to use a mouse on a computer. Their brain just can't even contemplate that this plane in front of them is controlled by something they're holding on a flat plane. Like the kid.
Yeah. Like my dad, I think my dad clocked out when the fax machine came along. Like for him, that was the height of technology. He was just like, that is the shit. I'm not going to learn any more. I don't need to learn any more technology after this. So he didn't. Like, he basically just, that was it. Like, then computers came along, that shit passed him by. And then in the last few years, it was like, we got him a smartphone. And he was always, very dismissive of technology and how crap it was and how pointless it is and how people are wasting their lives looking at their phone.
Yeah.
And but wouldn't you know it? Once he fucking learned, he was scared of it. That's what the problem was. But once he learned how to use it, he couldn't. He was like completely hooked. Like, he
Well, I
couldn't get
think
him
this
off.
too. Like, I imagine, like, I don't know for a fact because I don't hang out or know any old people because I think they're disgusting. But I imagine that,
There's plenty of time to hang out with old people. Plenty of
yeah,
time.
when you're old.
Exactly. Yeah. Loads of
But
time.
like, do you think? I think like this time period, like these people are now. It's like sink or swim. It's like you either don't get to talk to anyone ever, or you learn how to use your iPhone. Like,
Yeah, but it's there's a certain arrogance about them. Like, I don't know who these people think they are. Like, it's not for me. Sorry, the whole technology bullshit, the waste of time. You're like, listen, dickhead. Like, my dad again. Matt, he was so into books, but books, believe it or not, used to be a new technology. And when
right?
books first came out and the printing press came out, people were like, "Nah, it's bullshit. You don't need that. You need smoke signals." That's where, like, I don't need to read a book. I know how to read smoke.
Right.
You know, like, that's literally how people would fucking think.
This thing Gutenberg came up with is a fad.
Yeah, it's bullshit. It's not going to catch on.
Do you think? I think. Okay, every show I try to come up with some business ideas during the COVID-19 thing. This is what I've gotten out of this show. Here's 2 app ideas. I have 2 app ideas we should start. Number 1, I love that idea of your dad getting a fax machine and being like, "Well, I just came." You know what I mean? Like, that's the pinnacle of, like, that's it. That's the shit.
He was an auctioneer, and he came home one day because he used to like technology secretly, but he liked it on a kind of like Q from James Bond level.
On the DL.
Like, he came home one day, no joke, with a briefcase that doubled up as a speaker with a microphone. So, like, a briefcase, and you just sort of slide it onto the desk and then click it open.
Yeah.
And then you take a mic out, and all of a sudden it's a PA. And it's just like, listen, that's just like this. And he's like, "What you think of that?" Like, thinking he was a fucking spy or something.
Or a busker.
But because he clocked out of technology very early, when he did sort of dip his toe into buying a new product or a phone, for example, he got ripped off like ceaselessly. One time he needed to buy a new phone, and I was like, "Don't buy a new phone until you talk." Like, this is like 15 years ago. Like, don't buy a phone until you discuss it with me first.
Right.
And he's like, "I don't need you to tell me how to live my life." And fine. And he comes home.
Don't tell me he paid for the pinstriping and the undercoating.
Yeah, exactly. He paid the rust proofing. Hell, rust up again.
Right.
No, he showed me the phone, and it was just like a Nokia, and it was perfectly fine, like a small little thing. And I was like, "How much does that cost you?" It was like, "That was 150, but you know, it comes with blah blah." And I'm like, "They give those away for free if you sign up with them." And I go, "What did you say to the guy in the store? Like, what happened?" And he said, "Well, I went in and I said I needed a phone that texts." And I was like, "Sorry?"
Wow.
Like, "Yeah, I just told them." Yeah.
So see, that's the
salesman.
yes.
The salesman just going straight away like,
"This is my." I used to work at a computer chain. I used to work at a computer chain here called CompUSA, and we would get the same thing, like old people coming in, and they'd be like, "I need a computer, and it has to be able to do email and websites." And I'm like, "Well, you're gonna need
cost you. Yeah.
you're gonna need the top of the line, you know." A lot of these, our cheaper computers can't even get online. Like, they don't even have a modem.
Yeah, my dad literally said to the guy, "I need a phone that can send a text message." And the guy, you can just imagine slick back hair, you know, like pinstripe suit, just sort of going, "That's going to cost you. Listen, I'm doing you a favor here."
He has to move behind the counter so your dad doesn't see him getting hard.
Yeah. I can't give this to you for free, but I can practically give it away.
Right. I tell you what, I'm not supposed to do this.
Yeah, exactly.
And I've never done it before, but here we go. Yeah.
One time, because I'm pretty good at the haggling thing. Because my dad would be good at haggling where it was because he was an auctioneer. He understands that world. But when it comes to technology, there's it was a massive gray area. But one day, we needed a new TV in the house. And he said to me, "We need a new TV." And I was like, "Yeah, we do." And he said, "All right, you go and buy it. But will you do me a favor? Buy a smaller TV as well for me and your mom's room." And I go, "Okay, cool." And he goes, "Here's €400." The 400 is like $500, and this is again like 10, 15 years ago. You could easily buy a good sized TV, and a small TV for that money. Like, not an amazing top of the line one. This is just before flat screens became like everywhere. And my sister decides to come along to help, and Jesus Christ, she's just no instinct for sales whatsoever. So we arrive in this place, the technology, whatever. It's like what do you have over there? Radio Shack.
Best Buy.
We arrive in, or Best Buy. We arrive in the Best Buy. It's called Power City in Dublin. We arrive in Power City.
Yeah, Power City.
And it's like a Tuesday morning. It's really quiet, and just remember the guy's face. I've got my €400 in my pocket, cash, burning a hole in my pocket, and I'm just sitting there I'm gonna get me some sweet TVs right now. I'm looking at stuff, I'm playing it cool, and this guy comes over to me, the salesman. He's got a mustache, he's got long hair, ponytail, he's wearing a shirt with a tie, he's looking pretty slick.
Everything you've ever wanted to be.
Yeah, this guy's a man's man. And I can tell that he's like, he knows, we're hot to trot. We're looking to buy some serious TV right there.
Yeah.
And I go to him, we're looking for a TV, and he goes, I think we can help you out. And I go, okay. What are you looking for? I said, look, what we're looking for is we need two. we need one for our sitting room, like a big one. And we did a small one just for my parents' room, and they've sent me to get it. So, And he went, okay, what kind of budget are we talking? I was like, let's not worry about
that's what they all do.
And with that, my sister goes, we have €400, and that is all we have. So you fucking answer straight away. So the guy's just like, 400, you say? Okay. And he brings us over these fucking dog shit TVs, and he's like, we've got this and we've got that. And I was like, right. And he goes, and those two together, it should be $450, but I'll give it you for $4. And I knew you could get more, because off. So I said, can you do anything on the price? Can you do it for $350? And he goes, really, there's nothing. Because he knew I had 400.
Right, of course.
Of course he could have done $350 with my fucking sister. It's an idiot. So just was like, seriously, can you do it for? And he's like, no, $350, mate. He literally used these words. If it was up to me.
Yeah,
if it was up to me.
Yeah.
I give you it for 300, but I just can't do it.
They give me a certain amount of leeway here, and after that,
so we go. He brings us up to the thing to ring us out. We pay the 400. He goes, "Thanks, guys. See you later." The next thing, he's like waving at the rest of the staff and stuff as he's walking out. Turns out he owned the fucking company. Like, this dude just owned Power City.
I love it, but I love the idea that you're like, my dad got ripped off on a phone. He's an auctioneer. He knows how to haggle. It's like, no, he doesn't. He knows the opposite of haggling. When the guy told him, "I'll give you this phone for $150," your dad was like, "Hurry up and wrap it up before someone comes in and outbids me." That's what he was thinking.
But that's only because he was scared of technology. Because he didn't want to. I think it was the ego was at play there, because he didn't want to admit that he didn't have a fucking clue what was going on.
Right.
So, he didn't want to go hang on a second, because he didn't know what he was buying. But I went with him last time he bought a phone, which was about 2 or 3 years ago. We go down to the local phone shop near where his auction house was, and it's they're selling iPhones, and we want to, Dad wants an iPhone, so I was like, all right, we'll get you the new one. There's no point in buying an iPhone 6 when the 7 just come out, whatever. And my dad goes, I'll go down and have a look. And I was like, don't you dare buy anything unless I'm with you. Just don't.
I know where this is going.
So he comes back and he goes, I've got one on hold. I go, you didn't pay him? And he goes, no, but I have it on hold. So you just have to make sure it's okay. This fucker was trying to sell him an iPhone 5. And at this point, the iPhone 7 and 8 had come out. This guy was just trying to get rid of old stock, And then the guy starts arguing with me when I was just like, no, this is he doesn't want this. He wants the new one. He's like, why do you need the new one?
Right.
No one needs the new one. It's like, so anyway, what I'm ultimately saying is, don't get old. Or if you're going to get old, stay on top of technology, because otherwise it's just going to pass you by.
No, but this is what I'm saying. I've come up with two great ideas for apps. One is, let's say your dad is stuck on fax machines, and all of his friends were stuck on fax machines still. This is an app that lets them still fax with their. It's find other people in your area who are still stuck at your level of technology that you
Right,
can
but that's very
communicate
difficult to
with.
do, but that's not going to work, because that would mean you'd have to have a certain level of aptitude to work technology to figure out how to use the app to find out who has
No,
the
no, no,
shit.
no, no. We fax. We blast fax every number in an area, and we tell them, if you want to communicate with other people in your area, fax us back, and then we do all the like interface with the app for them. Like if you
Why
chat,
does this
you
need
like
to be an app?
your dad's. Let's say your dad, and again, this
This
is
is
all
like Meals on
hypothetical.
Wheels with apps. With,
Well, let's
it's
say,
basically a telegram.
yeah,
It's a
exactly. No, but
telegram service.
exactly. Yeah, and especially in these times, think about it. Like old person A is stuck at this funeral home, sorry, retirement home over here, and old person B is stuck at this retirement home over here. But they don't know how to use a phone or charge it, so they fax this central hub, and
Hang on a
it
second.
translates that into a fax. And then you have an app for the grandchildren that lets you text your grandkid, but then your grandparent gets it as a fax. You get it as a
As a piece of
text.
paper. They give us a
That's pretty good.
There.
That's good.
Yeah, if you can turn your text into a letter
Right.
immediately.
Yes. Yeah, and then they write back to you, and then we type it in and text it to you. I think there's something there. And you know how dumb old people are? They'll pay $3,000 a month for that service.
That's less than. It's not that. But here's the thing as well. Old people now, the oldest old people at this point, if you're born in 1940, you're now 80, right?
Yeah.
So pretty soon, in about 15, 20 years, like an 80-year-old will be born in 1960. And in 30 years, an old person will have been born in 1970. It's like, then they're not really that old anymore. Like,
But
you
yeah,
know?
but this is a problem that will never stop. Like let's just bump it up even more modern. Let's say
What, aging?
let's say you have a bunch of parents who never got off MySpace and made the
Or
leap.
Bebo. Was Bebo a thing in America? Bebo?
I don't know. I don't speak Asian, but just that's not a language, and also I don't think it sounds even remotely Asian. But the point is, let's say you had parents who never got off MySpace, they never made the leap to Facebook. This is a thing, the same thing. You message them on this service on Facebook, we send the message to them on MySpace. And then take it to Snapchat.
Yeah.
Your kids aren't on Facebook anymore. They're all Snapchatting. We interface from Snapchat to Facebook. We take care of all that. You never have to learn another service again. You're on every service, but you just get to keep your old T9 phone.
Again, these are all top shelf ideas.
Great. I'll be looking for your investment.
You have my endorsement. You don't need my investment. But I'm thinking about this, and I've been thinking about this a lot recently. Is how I'm like, I don't know about you. Do you have an Alexa or a Google thing in your house?
I have one. I have 19 of them.
Really, I don't trust. You see, I just don't like having a robot.
Well, do you have a Google phone or an Apple phone?
I have an Apple phone that turned off all of the things.
It's listening to all your. Get over it. What do you have to hide?
Nothing, but I don't want some unelected cunt having my access to all of my information. Do you know what I mean? Like,
who cares?
It's dangerous.
There will be, mark my words, in my lifetime, and that's saying something since I have diabetes and eat like a cow. In my lifetime, which is 10 years.
In the next 3 years.
Hang
on, COVID. So you got fucking
correct.
Two
I was
weeks,
being generous.
Somebody's ringing you.
Oh my God! Sorry, I'm getting another call. In the next 10 years, there will be, and I don't have another name for it, so I just have to call it the leak. There will be a hack. There will be a leak that is so monumental. It will scope the big four: Apple, Google, Facebook, Netflix, our biggest social networks.
Well, look,
There will be a hack that undoes everyone's data ever. And every email you've ever sent, every message you've ever written to anyone, text, Facebook, otherwise, will all be leaked and made public. All of it. Everything you've ever done digitally online will be leaked.
Well, here's something
Someone will build a
interesting that you
website
wouldn't-
where all they do is type in your email address or your phone number, and you'll get to see everything they've ever fucking done. That will happen in our lifetimes, and I can't
why
wait
wouldn't
for
it?
it. But I can't wait for it because all these people who, whenever a celebrity does something salacious or has an affair, all these people's secrets now, everyone's. And maybe we'll shut up and get back to a little civilized society. I look forward to it. I've got a lot of skeletons. You're going to want to do a lot of reading when it comes to my stuff.
But the dangerous thing about it is, let's say, for example, for argument's sake, you're in a hotel, the hotel goes on fire, and then they decide it's arson, and then they start trying to find who's responsible, and then they'll go, well, Patrick Melton, he was a guest here, and look, he used to Google fire or something, and he might have been Googling fire 10 years ago for something completely different, but they could then pin it on you in court and fucking set up a prosecution case based on your Google history.
I don't want to be
quite
rude.
easily.
I don't want to be rude to
Or
you.
they could go,
I don't know how courts work over there, but if you went into court here and said he Googled fire 10 months ago in this hotel and then the hotel caught on fire, that is not enough information to convict a man. Come on. That's
no, it was a massive.
wow. You know what? What if I do the same thing to you? What if I come back to you? What if I go like, one time you took a flight to America and there was someone on that flight who smelled a fart at some point, and therefore it's you. You know,
Right.
that's the
That's
same
not
thing.
really-
It's the same thing, Connor, and I won't sit here. Okay.
What I'm saying is that
The prosecution rests.
they can set up a car. I remember years ago from my friend's dad just going, just stay away from writing stuff online. And I'm like, why? He's like, because it's always there. And he was right. I remember,
He's so right. I haven't
My
tweeted. I don't tweet. I haven't tweeted in about 5 years. It's these people don't understand what they're doing.
I tweet stuff and I have Instagram and I do that, but I'm very wary of what I'm saying and what I'm doing. But here's something interesting. A friend of mine was recently working for a certain, the biggest social media site,
Facebook.
and he
Just say it.
yeah, Facebook.
Wow,
so
he said it. Wow, get him.
So apparently, when you type something in, have you ever done this on Facebook? I've done it plenty
Yeah,
of
of
times.
course.
I'm typing in a response to someone's thing, and I stop myself and I go, "What am I doing?" You know, because by the way, if you ever engage online in an argument, you've already lost. Like, you've already fucking lost. Don't ever get involved in online debates and shit. It's a complete waste of time. So it doesn't matter if you don't press enter and it doesn't get posted. Facebook saves all of your keystrokes, so they know what you think, even if you've never sent the message, even though if you've never said it to anyone.
That's why I do all my messages, even instant messages. I do them in notes first.
That's why we need to go back to your original idea, and that's where we're gonna have an app that things get written down onto it.
Yeah, I think
you can't save it.
I would tell people, this is why I don't ever get jobs in comedy. I tell people I will only deal over fax. And I will only, people go like, could you send us a link to some of your comedy? And I go, I only send out videotapes.
You were up to your neck in jobs in 1989, though, weren't you? 1989, 1987, big years for you.
For me?
In comedy with the fax machine.
Oh, yeah. I do a lot of, I have a lot of stuff. Connor, where can people, what do you want people to know about you?
Oh, we're going to go. Oh, I thought we were just getting warmed up. We're just
you want to keep going? I'm
I don't know,
I'm drunk. I feel like I need a nap.
Okay, all right. If you're
Unless you have
drunk,
any
then
other
we'll leave you
great.
to it.
Look, we'll do it again. Let's do it again in a couple weeks. By all means. But we can't give them.
I literally have nothing else to do at the moment, Pat. Like that's the thing. That's the problem. Yeah, no, I'm around. If anyone wants to follow me, I'm on Instagram or Twitter at Conor Drum. Also Facebook. So it's CONORDRUM. And that show that you've seen a music video from is on my website. The show's called If. It's on my website, conordrum.com. Please look at the show. You can download it. It's less than $3. And it's an original comedy show. Pat's seen it live, and he said it was the greatest thing he's ever seen.
Right, and I was hungover, so.
And he was hungover. And no, in fact, he wasn't hungover. He was still high and drunk. Like, it was that.
Oh, I absolutely. Of course, I did drugs before I came. That's why I was late.
He just sat there smiling the whole thing. Like, this is great.
Am I not supposed to come be supportive? You said he's the first person who ever late night at an artist bar said he'd come to a show. The next day, showed up.
You were. Yeah, exactly. Because everyone goes, hey, listen, this sounds amazing. I will be there. First. I will be there front and center. You don't need to worry about it. I'm going to be there.
Yeah, because at a festival, it's so easy to go, oh, I got really fucked up last night, and I didn't even wake up until... It's so easy to say that. And by the way, nobody will even be mad. They'll go like, yeah, of course.
No one takes it even remotely personally. Like, it's just like, yeah, I totally get it. Like, but you said last night, yeah, can you imagine getting upset by something like that?
Yeah. You said you would come.
I said a lot of things to a lot of people.
Right.
And, but anyway, yes, let's do
it again.
Let's do it
absolutely.
again. Yeah, for sure. Please edit out 90% of this.
No. I'll be. If anything, I add more in. I add more silence and searching in and keystrokes. And
by the way, I'm wearing a hat because I'm not an emo. It's just my hair has gotten ridiculously.
I'm wearing a hat because I refuse to waste hair product, and I refuse to do my hair. Like,
that's all right. That's all right.
Is that okay?
I've got this going on. I look like. Do you ever see Toy Story 4? Do you know the girl in it? You look like a cartoon. Right. Anyway.
Yeah.
Yes. Great to talk to you, and let's do it again. And thanks anyone who's managed to listen to this.
No one did.
Just drivel at this point. Absolute drivel.
No, come on. Here's the thing. As little as we have to talk about, people have just as little to listen to or do. So don't feel bad for these idiots. By the way, it's the same reason.
I don't feel
No. But I'm gonna say this: the same reason people get like, I don't want to be. The new comics go, I don't want anybody to heckle me like that. That'll suck. It's like there's always this dynamic of like you're on a stage with a microphone and they're in an audience watching you. They automatically are losers. They're pieces of shit. If you're watching this at home, if you've downloaded this or you're listening to this, you're a fucking loser. You're coming to me for entertainment. Fuck you. Who are you to judge and tell Connor his story is boring? Fuck off.
I'm just trying to. I'm still scratching.
Yeah, I know, but you can't let him.
Not more successful as a comedian.
You can't let him get. You can't let him get that crack because they'll wear you down. You got to tell him, "Fuck you." I know what's going on.
I've been sharing some stuff on Facebook because that's what you got to do now because stand-up is over for the time being.
I don't.
And some guy commented because I have this bit about men faking orgasms, and he commented, he was like, "Oh, a sex joke," and I'm just like, and instead of like my initial feeling was to call him a total cunt. Oh, by the way, in America, the word cunt is really offensive.
Yeah.
It's just like saying asshole or dickhead or whatever. Like, it's not that big a deal.
Well, you use it, yeah. I mean, and you use it 90% for men.
I know, yeah. I never really call it.
Here, it's exclusively reserved for women.
But you know what was really weird? When I was in New York because I was in a short film that was in the Tribeca Film Festival. Thanks very much.
Wow, we've never had that. We've never had that kind of a blatant brag on the show before, but all right.
Yeah. Because I'm a big celebrity now. Anyway, I was at a friend's party, and this guy came over, and he was a bit dodgy looking or whatever. And it turns out he was a coke dealer, right? And
Lucky you.
yeah, he was like, he lived in the flat next door to this party. He comes in and because you guys going downtown, and we were like, yeah. And he's like, can I get a ride with you? Because he knew my friend, whatever. And next thing, we're driving downtown in New York, and this guy who I've recently found out deals drugs. He's sitting in the front seat, chatting with my friend who's driving. And I'm telling the story, and I say, like, oh, yes, this guy, he's a bit of a cunt, but he wasn't blah, blah, blah. And the guy in the front turns around and says, hey, do you mind not using that word? And I said, sorry? And he said, do you mind not using that word in front of me, please? And I went, what, cunt? He goes, yeah, I find it really offensive. It's like, dude, you're a drug dealer. You're a fucking drug dealer. And you're, like, what the fuck's going on? Like, how bad is that word? What the fuck's going on with people?
Yeah.
Anyway, this is anyway, so
No, you're all right.
Can you explain why is it so offensive over there? Why?
It's just not in the like you understand this that like Commonwealth countries, and I lump Ireland into that.
Ireland is not a Commonwealth country.
I know it's not, but I lump
some
it
people,
in there.
No, but I was at a party here once, and mind you, anyone who's listening to this, by the way, I've had several beers at this point. It's now quarter to 12.
This is actually the most coherent I've ever heard him. And that includes during his show.
It was a wonderful show. So I was at a party here a year or two ago, a couple of years ago, and yeah, it was. I said "cunt" at some point, but people say it. You know, I didn't mean anything by it. I was saying.
I mean, why are you defending yourself so hard? You're making this into a thing.
So this girl starts going like, "Please don't use that word in front of me." And I said, "Okay, why?" And she goes, "Because I find it offensive." So I said, "Yeah, okay, fair enough. Why?" And she goes, "Because I just do." And I had a bee in my bonnet then at that point. So I was like, "Dude, but you need to explain why it's like I don't get why you're so offended." And she's like, "Because I said I was, so that should be enough for you." I'm like, but it's not like, you know, saying the N-word or anything like that. Like, not that I would, but it's like, I get entirely why that's offensive. But explain to me why saying, you know, and actually
because her grandmother was kept on a farm with a bunch of other cunts, which was owned by an old white man.
Yeah, when you arrive in a bar, or you arrive in a shop and you get called.
You don't know the hardships she's been.
Being called a cunt by people. Yeah. So my friend goes, "Here, do me a favor. Will you just let it go?" And I'm like, "Yeah, you're right. What the fuck am I doing?" So later on that day, she's in the kitchen. It's a house party. I go into the kitchen. I get a beer from the fridge. I see her and I turn to her and I say, "Hey, listen, I'm really sorry about that. I was being a dick and whatever. Please forgive me for being so rude and blah blah blah." And she says, "Hey, don't worry about it. We've all had a few drinks, bit of fun. Let's just enjoy our evening." And I said, "Yeah, no problem. But seriously, why do you find the word cunt so offensive? I really need to know."
This is the.
Anyway.
I was in Australia, and there was a British comedian woman who, I'll say her name. I'll say her name. She's a London comic, so you probably will know her. I'll say her name is Mate Kirthwaite.
Oh.
And she's got a reputation for being feminist, angry feminist comic. It's kind of a reputation about her. I don't know her. This isn't me personally saying that, but that's what I've heard, that she's just kind of like that angry woman comic. Hates men, doesn't shave her armpits, that type. She also like is one of these girls, and I'm not saying, again, this is so hard to do. I'm not saying she's unattractive, but she doesn't try really hard to like
Why does her level of physical
Well,
attractiveness
I'm telling a
make
story. Why don't you let me build layers?
Okay.
I'm not telling you that she doesn't drink caffeine for no reason. Okay, so we're both drunk. Okay, give me the leeway to build this.
Do it.
So she doesn't wear makeup or like try to be girly and like hot. She does her thing, and nothing wrong with her on this end. I don't want to get mail on this. But she was talking at the Perth Comedy Festival in like February, and this very funny, very respected comedian in Perth, who's known as a bit of an alcoholic and a loose unit, as the Australians would say, comes walking up. Another
What does that
comic.
mean exactly?
Just kind of a fucking wild
Okay, all right.
cunt.
Because I've never been to Australia.
A
So.
wild cunt. A loose unit.
A bit of a wild cunt, bit of a mad cunt.
Yeah, mad cunt. So she's talking to another comic, another UK comic, Darius Davies. Do you know him?
I do know Darius.
Okay,
Yeah.
so she's
Darius, don't say that.
So she's talking to Darius, who I fucking love, and this guy comes up. I'm not going to say his name, but he's again well respected, very funny Perth comedian. And he comes up and he's just like, "Oh my god, what is Darius doing talking to this chick? She's the ugliest chick I've ever seen in my life." She starts saying this out loud, as if like
Wow.
in the vein of like, why would you talk to an ugly girl? Like, if you're talking to a girl, you must be trying to fuck her. Why are you trying to fuck an ugly girl? like, so just kind of that like of a passing comment. But she heard it. She heard the comment because he was being drunk and boisterous and loud, and the situation like ends. It diffuses, and then later Darius and I and this comic and some others are in a group, and I said, "I can't believe you said that she was the most unattractive woman you've ever seen in your life, where she could hear." Like, you said that to her face, and he just went, and he just goes, "That was her face." which is one of the funniest things I've ever fucking heard in my life. But again,
that's funny, but it's terribly mean.
It's very fucking. Well, that wasn't to her face, that part. But yeah, it was very.
Well,
So people can get offended. Like, I don't know where I was going with
I didn't.
this.
But wait a second. In fairness, she would be 100% entitled to be offended by that.
Yeah, but where do we get off on this thing of like, you shouldn't be allowed to do anything that offends me? When did that start? Where it's like, hey, what you're doing is offensive to me, therefore you shouldn't be able to do it, period.
I don't remember a period in my life where it would have been acceptable to make a comment like that in front of anyone, particularly a woman, and for it to be
look,
acceptable.
take out the what it is. Take out the like it was a woman, it was offensive to a woman, like that's not right to do to women or whatever. Let's say Democrats and Republicans here in the United States. Democrat thinks abortion should be legal. This Republican guy says it's against God, and it's offensive to me that you would kill a baby. It's offensive.
Why are Christians in America real into not drinking? It's something I never really understood, because it's like Jesus Christ himself boozed it up on wine on the reg.
They do a thing where Jesus Christ drank wine, but he had like a sip. He didn't sit around like knocking him back.
No, he did. Him and his mates were on the piss constantly.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, Jesus and the lads.
You think that Jesus and his disciples drank to the excess that you drink and I drink?
I would say more so.
In what world?
I think that the crucifixion was metaphoric for a really bad hangover.
Do you think Jesus, he wasn't a miracle worker at all? He just got people so drunk and then told them what happened the night before? Like, oh, you should have seen it. I walked on water. Like,
you sure you did. No, but like, I mean, I'm Catholic. I was brought up Catholic.
Yeah.
Because in Ireland, everyone's Catholic.
Right.
And so this is taking a real left turn, but so Jesus, like I was listening to one of the last times I went to Mass. I went with my dad, and it was Easter Sunday. and they were doing the story of Easter. And Jesus died on the cross, yeah? Like, that's what happened.
Rumor has it.
And then he was put in a tomb, and 3 days later he rose from the dead. That's the story of the resurrection.
Right.
But the priest, during the sermon, drilled down on the story of the resurrection. So what happened was, Jesus died on the cross, yeah? And then he was put in a tomb, and it took 3 men to move this rock in front of the tomb, because it was such a huge boulder, and they just moved it in there, and they left him in there. And then no one checked on him, no one did anything, and 3 days later, Mary Magdalene or whatever went to visit the tomb, and the rock had been moved.
He is risen.
Jesus' corpse was gone. And that's it. No one saw him.
Grave robbers.
And then I immediately turned to my dad and went, that sounds just like grave robbers. And like, why wouldn't there be? Like, this man was a celebrity at the time. This would be like Michael Jackson or something. Like, there was a lot of mental people following around. And not to say that Jesus didn't exist, not to say that Christianity isn't
You
real,
just said Jesus was like Michael Jackson.
No, but that level of celebrity, like, that's how big he was. Like, he was a...
But you're saying it like Michael Jackson came before Jesus, and you're like, Jesus reached like Michael Jackson levels. you're saying it the other way around.
Yeah, I don't mean to, but I just mean in the level
This is
of,
like when the Beatles,
so
not since we burned all the Beatles albums have I heard such a declaration.
No, but I mean like Michael Jackson levels of like people who are like fans of Jesus. Like, he had 12 apostles, like, and they followed him around. So, like, who's to say that it wasn't one of his fans that moved the boulder and took the body? And then the priest goes, as if like he was anticipating me thinking that, he goes, and for those of you who thinks it was grave robbers, why did they leave the shawl? And I was just like, because they're mental, right? And then I was like turned to my father and I just said, is this all they have? Is this... I didn't realize it was this flimsy. I didn't realize like Christianity and...
You're saying this like a lawyer in a court case? Like, is this all they have to prove that he...
So, but it's like, did you not realize?
Yeah, but you're the guy who a minute ago was willing to hang somebody who Googled fire in a hotel room 10 years ago.
No, but this is actually proving my point, because that's how flimsy is saying someone Googled fire to convict them for being an arsonist. We've set up an entire Western fucking civilization based on this religion, which is based on basically the idea that this guy rose from the dead. And then it's like, but he was seen a few days later on the road to Arimathea by such and such. And it's like, really? Some dude just went, you're never going to guess.
You think cops have never pulled the wrong car over?
Exactly. No, but I can just imagine the guy who saw Jesus a few days later. It was just like, you're never going to guess who I saw back there. Jesus? Jesus. Yeah,
anything from watching every Netflix murder documentary, eyewitness testimony is extremely reliable.
It just makes stuff up in the meeting, because your brain fills in your
also if you tell yourself something
your
yeah, but also if you tell yourself something over and over, like, that fuses the same thing as a memory, like, in your brain.
100%.
Like, yeah, he was wearing a red shirt, he was wearing a red shirt, he was wearing a red shirt. Now your brain's picturing a guy in a red shirt, and that's the memory now, is a guy in a red shirt.
Like, oh, he was always very nice to me. He was a complete bastard. You just blanked it out. Because
yeah. What's the anyway, before we wrap up, because now you got me interested and I'm pouring another scotch. What is you guys aren't doing well there as far as this virus either, right? Like, per capita, you're losing a lot of people just like we are.
The UK is doing pretty badly, yeah. I think it's like third highest death rate in the world. Ireland is doing pretty okay.
How thankful are you for the U.S. just taking all the attention of?
Well, it was never going to be any other way in America.
But are they shitting on us on the news? There, are they like, America's tragic? Like,
no, not really. It's quite myopic, which is interesting, because like growing up in Ireland's a very small country. The population is 4.5 million people. You could fit the whole entire island of Ireland in 3 times into Lake Michigan. Like, that's how small Ireland is.
Yeah. People
But
like,
quite
and people don't
influential.
even know. Like, they'll go right now and look at a map and be like, "Oh, that's how big Ireland is." It's like that's not even how big it is. Like, it's artificially large on most maps.
Sure,
Like,
tiny.
it's a tiny place.
But it's like, yeah, it's weird when you talk to Americans about stuff like geographical distance. It's it blows my mind the size of America, because you can drive from one edge of Ireland. Like, if you can imagine driving from New York to LA,
Yeah,
that would take you what, 5, 6, 7 days.
4 or 5.
You could 4 or 5 days. So you could drive from Dublin to Galway, which is the other side of Ireland, in 2 hours.
Right?
It's
Yeah,
2.5
yeah, yeah.
hours,
I mean, California top to bottom is 11 or 12. You know what I mean? Like,
Is it?
yeah,
Didn't even realize that. Like,
Yeah.
like there you go. Like,
Florida, where I'm from, top to bottom is 7.
fucking hell,
It's just a massive. It's a massive country.
country.
Yeah.
No, it is, and that's part of why it's so fucking.
Look, I
awesome.
accept you bowing to us as superior. Thank you. And
I don't think America's superior, but I don't think America's superior. But
Why do you want to come here then? Why do you want to come
But I
here?
do think, because I do think it's a great country, and I like Americans.
Yeah, we're number 1.
Number 1 in deaths and corona.
No, just number 1 across the board. We don't like to put too fine a point on it. We like to just say we're number 1. Don't look at any facts. We're just number 1.
No, I do like America a lot, and influenced heavily by America growing up, as were most people, in Ireland and stuff. But my first time in America was when I was 20.
Pop culture dominant. Yeah, I mean.
But particularly, it was the magical place of the television, Whereas England, the UK is slightly different, because Ireland is a very outward-looking country, and we look at other countries, whereas the UK doesn't need to be, so it isn't. So the news over here barely discusses America. Whereas in Ireland, the news discusses America, England, everything a lot more.
Right.
But no, I'm a big fan of America. But my first time over there was when I was 21. I did a 3-month working visa. I worked in a bar in South Carolina, of all places, in Myrtle Beach.
Myrtle Beach, baby.
Myrtle Beach. And I remember one day these 3 hot chicks came over to this big. We were staying in this place called Rainbow Court, and it's gone. Like, it's been bulldozed since, but like there was like fucking 50 of us staying in two flats, and these 3 hot girls come over, and they're like, "Hey, you guys want to come over and have a barbecue with us?" And we're just like, "Yeah." And we're like, "What? Will we bring food?" And they were like, "No, it's all free. It's cool." And I was like, "You do realize there's a lot of people here?" And they're like, "No, bring everyone." So we go over to this barbecue, and it's raging, and it's like something out of fucking MTV, kind of like off the
Spring Break,
dancing on the beach, spring break. Like, we're just like, this is what we came to America to experience. This is
the American dream.
And because we all have accents, you go deaf with the sound of knickers dropping. Like, women are into you just because you're talking to them, and they're, "Oh my god, where are you from? Oh my god, I love your voice." And we're at this party, and I'm looking around. I'm like, this is fucking unbelievable. Like, everyone's having an amazing time, but something's not sitting right with me. Like, it's like everyone's having a good time, but they're having too good of a time. And I sit down, and I get a burger from the barbecue, and I sit there and I'm eating it, and this girl sits beside me, and I'm like, I can't even believe this is happening. Like, I'm just getting chatted up by a beautiful woman in a bikini, and she just got, the first thing out of her mouth was, "Tell me about your relationship with Jesus Christ." And I'm just like,
"Oh,
what?
God, my dick just got soft."
And I was like, "What?" Me and my 3 friends, like, we're all Irish Catholics, because that's Ireland. We're very, very, very familiar with Jesus and Christianity and whatever.
And shame.
And shame. And this is like 2003, so like the Iraq War just kicked off and stuff. And we're chatting to her for a few minutes, and she starts telling us how we're not quite right because we're Catholics. And we're just like, "Listen, we're not really identifying as Catholic. We just are, because that's where we're born, but we already know all about Jesus and stuff." And then she started lecturing us on booze and why we shouldn't be drinking and why Jesus didn't drink. And this is where my fascination with the idea of American Christianity and not drinking. Like, what the fuck? And then I started going, like, but you're drinking a can of Fanta and you're having a burger. Like I thought you should be respecting your body. And she's like, yeah, but Jesus didn't. I was like, Jesus wasn't drinking fucking soda.
Please tell me you banged this girl.
No, I didn't. No.
Oh, gosh.
No, I had it. No, I was an idiot. I was 21. I was going out with a really with a girl I was really mad into back in Ireland. So I didn't have sex with anyone.
That's
fucking moron.
It upsets me so much.
It still upsets me to this day. And believe me, she was while I was away, you know. But I worked in a bar called the Fat Joint Bar and Grill. And it was beside the local mission. And the Fat Joint was a 24-hour bar, and the only 24-hour bar in all of Myrtle Beach. And it was a very interesting summer.
Oh, I bet you were just like, oh my God, there's so much more to the world.
No, but I did think, it gave me a bad impression of America in one way, because I was just like, wow, this is just crazy. Like, it's too crazy. And then I spent the next summer in Chicago, and I was like, I love Chicago. And then spent some time in New York, and then spent some time in LA. Not been to Vegas yet, but mean to visit. But I've heard that like you only want to go for a day or two.
Well, you come out, you can stay with me. You'll probably want to get a hotel, but you're welcome to come crash with me. I got a big house. I'll get you on some shows.
I'll stay anywhere if I could save some money.
Yeah, damn.
Because I need that money for gambling.
I got a really nice place. You're welcome at any time as soon as we're all allowed to live again.
But you guys, you see, gambling is legal in Vegas and not really legal anywhere else. Whereas in UK and Ireland and most of Europe, like there's casinos.
Yeah, but you don't have what we have as far as gambling. Look, I've been to Victoria Casino, Grosvenor.
Well, I don't know. I've not been there. But
I've been to casinos in Liverpool. I've been to casinos in London. It's not this. You don't have what we have. You don't. First of all, drinks are free. Do you know what a difference that does in your head? You just get drinks are free while you're gambling. Okay.
I would put them out of business.
you and I, if we went to a $5 blackjack table, for $100, we could sit there all day and just get drunk and stay even.
Well, we need to do that.
Yeah.
No, but I have. If I get drunk and then I enjoy poker and gambling.
I'm a poker guy.
As in poker, blackjack or whatever. But generally only poker. But if I'm drunk, then I'm like, no, I'm in.
Oh yeah, no, so I'm a
That's
poker
why they give
guy.
You the free drinks.
I used to play poker semi-professionally. My best month ever at poker, I won $57,000. I think $57,000.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, and I'm here now. I rarely go play. I probably haven't gone and played in 9 months. I have some friends who come out every once in a while. I'll go play, but I would definitely go do that. But you're right. Either once you start losing and you're kind of on tilt, or you're drunk, you're wandering around to the craps table. You're wandering around to the blackjack table. You're like, let's fucking gamble.
Yeah. No, I need last time I was gambling, Naomi was there, my girlfriend, and I just gave her my money. After I'd won a bit, I was like, you do not let me have that back no matter what I tell you. And of course, 40 minutes later, I'm just like,
let me just get half of it. Yeah, let me just get.
She's just like, no, you fucking told me.
Did she hold to it? Did she not give it to you?
Yeah, she told me to fuck off, and it worked because and I was annoyed for 5 minutes, and then once we got out of there, I was like, oh yeah, thanks. Yeah. But that's what happens if we've had a few drinks, and it's just like, no, I need, and that's why they give you the fucking drinks.
It's heroin.
They're not stupid.
Yeah, you're chasing that dragon.
Yeah. Anyway, I do have to go myself, and you're gonna go.
Oh, so, now you're pushing me out the door. Now you're busy.
Yeah, but it's 10 past midnight here, so.
Connor, thanks so much. Let's do it again. It was fun.
Yeah, it's been amazing. Definitely.
ConorDrum.com, you said.
Sure, and Twitter and Instagram at Conor Drum.
So tonight we learned number one, if you have an old person in your life who's stuck on a particular technology, kill them or force them to adapt. Tonight we learned that women who get offended by words need to explain to you why.
Just that one. No, sorry, not women in general. Just that one woman. I'm still looking for an explanation.
Well, and we also learned that we still have a lot to talk about, even without illegal narcotics. Which you told me not to bring up that we've done a lot of illegal narcotics together, but we have. And I don't.
We haven't. I've never done any illegal narcotics.
That's not true.
But we need to bring up the fact that if you want to watch my special that Pat came to see live, you can download it from my website.
$2.99.
Yeah, $2.99.
I need 3 or 4 people to go download this so that this poor man. This is.
In fact, maybe I'll up if you can only get 3 or 4, I'll up the price to $100, and then it will make it worth it.
I think you should. I don't know why. Like, I'm sorry. If I was the CEO of Netflix, I would have already tripled the price of Netflix.
Yeah, like why make it like right now? They could make.
Like, who's gonna cancel it? What are you gonna be like? Oh, Netflix is $30 a month. I'm canceling it.
They could just say like just for the next month or 2, we're going to up the price to $20 a head because we're overloaded, and we'll go back down once the COVID's over. People will be like, "Fucking take my money." It's not like you're spending on it going out for dinner or anything.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Let me just sign off real quick to my people. Thanks for watching the show, everybody. NobodyLikesOnions.com/overdose. $10 a month, the overdose. Get access to bonus shows, after shows, and our full archive of shows available now. NLO Radio is back up and running. Go to NobodyLikesOnions.com, click on NLO Radio, and 24-hour streaming of old shows, best ofs, and stuff like that. Connor, thanks again for being here. You're fucking amazing. I love you. You're sweet.
Thank you. And I actually like onions.
Tell your lady friend I said hi, and I hope we get to see you soon, either back in the States or in the UK, as soon as flights are available again.
Yeah, no, definitely. If not this year, early next year, definitely.
All right, later, everybody. Thank you.